Hello, brother and sister in Christ. For today, the title of the devotional is More Valuable Than You Can Imagine. There is no one, even the worst sinner or worst evildoer, whom God does not love. And because God values people more than we could possibly imagine, He is displeased by sin because He loves us and knows what sin does to us as well. In Luke chapter 15, verse 11 to 32, you may read, observe, and analyze there. And here are some questions for you. What does the parable of the prodigal son reveal about God's compassion and love? What warning does it provide for those who, like the other son, remain home? In the story that Jesus tells, the man's son requested his inheritance early, effectively rejecting his father and his father's household. The prodigal son then goes on to squander his inheritance and is reduced to poverty and hunger. Envy pigs that eat from a trough, realizing that the servants in his father's house have more than enough food. He desired to return home in hopes of becoming a servant. What follows is powerful. Some father would turn such a son away upon his return. You took your inheritance and you cut yourself off from my house. You no longer have a home here. Some father would reply like that. And that would be a logical, even reasonable attitude, wouldn't it not? But in the eyes of human's parent, the son had gone too far to be accepted back home, especially as a son, right? But in this parable, the father, as he's the representing God himself, he does not respond in any of such way. Rather, when the prodigal son was still a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him, which it said in Luke chapter 15, verse 20. Even though it was considered less than dignified as in such time for the master of the house to run out to meet someone, the father in his great compassion ran out to meet his son, and more astonishingly um, restore him to his household, even throwing a celebration in his behalf, signifying the great compassion of God for each wayward person and delight he take in every single person returning home. What a pictures of God. So, brother and sister, interesting in these reactions of the other side. What was his this reaction, such a human reaction based at least in part on fairness and so understandable as well. What, however, a question for you here is, does his part of this story teach us about how human concept of fairness don't capture the depth of the gospel and of God's love for us? I hope you understand this chapter. But if you have any thoughts and comment to share, you may drop your message below in the comment section. And thank you for listening. See you next time. Bye bye.